रेकी वन नाबू हमारा नाम है विनोद लाल फैंटम रेडियो फीजी 2 हम लोग बहुत लाइक करता हुआ ये सुनता है
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Yandavanaka and good morning, Fiji. In this bulletin, Housing Ministry staff implicated in land scam. Consumer spending drives economy. And Asinu garbage collection to improve.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Police have recovered a number of checks and items as part of their investigation on online scams. Chief of Operations ACP Abdul Khan confirms a number of companies were defrauded and a large number of recoveries have been made. In a recent scam, a group of men posing as businessmen and traders issued dishonored checks for the supply of goods.
Quick actions by the police together with companies coming up and quickly identifying that that was checks that was given to them, that was fake checks and all those things. And police has managed to apprehend offenders, and also they have recovered a lot of properties as well.
2 employees of the Ministry of Housing are now being investigated for their involvement in recent land sale scams. Minister PREMILA KUMAR expressed her disappointment, saying the 2 haven't reported to work since the issue surfaced. VACALA reports that the 2 allegedly issued documents to the public using fake letterheads.
These letters authorized people to build houses in River Road, Narere, Nasinu and Millennium Informal Settlement in Nosori, but they're all fake.
We have looked at the letters. There are certain letters we find that it was undated, and the former director of housing's names were used. The letter was done in such a way that first part of the letter had all the content, but the second part only had the signature.
The minister believes that other former staff may also be part of the scam, and names have already been sent to the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. To date, 8 cases from Millennium Settlement and another 3 from River Road have been forwarded to FICAC.
This is corruption. You cannot be paying money to a staff of a ministry to get a place to build your home. This is not how it works. When it comes to a land deal, you're dealing with the staff in secret places, exchanging money and then pleading innocent.
The ministry is urging members of the public not to give money to any individual without checking with the organization first, and always demand for a receipt after any payment. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Economist Dr. Rahid Kishore believes retail giants are clearing out old stock and stimulating consumer spending via massive discount sales. A number of duty and tax reductions have been announced in the national budget, and the new stock that will be brought in will need to be sold at cheaper prices. In the past 5 months, sales by retailers have increased threefold. PRATAP reports.
Retailers are using new techniques to generate sales in the midst of an economic downturn.
If they don't, and they themselves or their competitors will get the new model, latest technology, new model, new style, if you're talking about clothing, retails and all that sort of thing, with a cheaper price, then your stock that you have, you're carrying, will really be wasted.
Many people have gone into savings mode due to the uncertainty, and these sorts of tricks trigger a buying spree and get people out in the market.
If the situation is depressed, the market is depressed, the economy is depressed, you want to create some sort of activity.
Another observation by experts is that the pay for those in the public services sector has not been affected, hence the buying power remains.
We have managed to do that, and I hope we maintain to do that, because that will give the spending power. We don't want to kill the spending power.
Both are intertwined, right? We need both, each parties need both to survive. So what we are advising here is that, traders be ethical.
Everyone loves a good bargain, and the shoppers in the capital city today welcomed the frequent sales. Consumer spending is currently the key driving force, and these sorts of frequent sales will augur well not only for businesses but the economy as a whole. RITIKA PRATAP, FBC News.
An enforcement team will now monitor rubbish disposal in Asinu and find ratepayers who don't follow the prescribed schedule. Local Government Minister PREMILA KUMAR says people in the municipality have a habit of not following the garbage collection dates, and this leads to complaints of rubbish piling up and maggots growing. KUMAR says some ratepayers throw out rubbish on the roadside daily without following instructions from the council. She adds despite being densely populated, Nasinu has the lowest rates, which makes running the council almost impossible.
They must understand all this is costing time and money. You know, it's just irresponsible behavior that is resulting in unnecessary money that we are wasting. And one way of reducing that cost is if people simply follow the schedule.
Shelter organisations or safe houses are in the process of validating standards for running a home. Fiji Women's Crisis Centre Coordinator Shamima Ali says many of these shelters for victims of gender-based violence lack ethical standards. These range from how the victims are treated, the well-being of their children, the healing process and the psychosocial support system. Ali says although safe homes have been doing a good job in looking after victims of violence, there needs to be guidelines implemented.
They're good people, set them up with very good intentions, but often we have seen women suffer within these shelters, basically because the shelter workers haven't undergone, they don't have the capacity to deal with them.
The Education Ministry is in talks with the Japanese government to help in the tropical cyclone rehabilitation program for schools. This was confirmed by the Education Minister, Rosie Akbar, while commissioning the 3 new classrooms in Naviavia District School in Tailevu. Akbar commended the Japanese government for helping rebuild the 3 classrooms.
We're also looking at the partnership and generosities of the Japanese government to assist us in the TC Herald rehab as well. We are talking, and hopefully we are also able to get assistance to rebuild our schools that were damaged in Kandavu.
The Value City Regal outlet in the heart of Suva was packed yesterday as hundreds of people took advantage of the shop's first day of operations. Management had to step in and put strict measures to avoid overcrowding. The shift to Suva's CBD has also seen an increase in customers for neighbouring businesses. The turnout was beyond expectations, and while shoppers were overwhelmed, the company thought it was safe to control the crowd.
We usually expect a big turnout, but it was an extremely huge turnout today. We had to close the doors for about an hour and a half to allow the shop to empty out a bit and allow others to come in.
Up ahead, Naviavia out to stamp mark in Mara Sevens, and boxing returns to the realm of sports.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nadi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Ramzami Suva will be looking to counter every possible tactic the Blue Gas YASAWA side will throw at them in tomorrow's Skipper Cup clash at Churchill Park in Lautoka. After escaping a narrow 10-3 win against YASAWA in round 2, the capital city side knows YASAWA will be fielding a strong backline. Suva manager Nemani Tuifangalele says they have done their homework and will not be taking YASAWA lightly.
YASAWA has been very flamboyant in the package. I think they're very fast-spirited players, and I think we have the weapons to actually counter that. And we're looking forward to our backline, especially the first, the second, and centre.
The 44th Fiji Bit Mara Sevens is a platform where unknown teams come to stamp their mark. One such team is the Naviavia Gladiators from Wailevu in Dakaundrove. Despite not having proper training facilities, the side is ready for the tournament and will travel to Suva with their supporters next week. Over the years, these players have heard radio commentaries and watched the Mara Sevens on TV, but now they'll be a part of it. The Gladiators are pooled with the Mizuno Babas, a team made of Fiji's 7 squad members, Yamadhi and defending champions Police Blue.
To participate in a major sevens tournament in the country like the Mari Sevens, this is our first time. We really love our pool because to our understanding we have the giants of Fiji Sevens rugby in the pool, and we have been told and we know that, but we are not discouraged.
Nadi soccer coach KAMAL SWAMY has rated Nasinu highly ahead of their clash this Sunday at the NZ Stadium in Suva. Nasinu, who are second last on the VPL standings, will want to ensure they are not relegated as a few matches remain. The Jet Setters will also want to turn things around after losing 2-1 against Rewa last week. Coach SWAMY says he is happy with the players' performance, especially the youths who have stepped up. Nadi will play Nasinu at 1 p.m. on Sunday.
I know Nasinu plays very well, and they played very well in BOG, and plus some of the league games they were very good. They play good football, and with the guidance of Tangi Wonilangi, I think they are one of the best teams, and they will try and prove themselves because they want to get points.
Good news for boxing fans, as in a month's time the country will see the first promotion since COVID-19 put a stop to sports. Kirin Boxing Promotion yesterday launched its title fight in Nadi for November 28th, which will feature an explosive matchup. Chese the Hitman Ravundi and Ronald the Terminator Naidu will fight for the WBF Asia Pacific Super Welterweight title, while Sitiveni Nawai will meet Tomunganavo for Fiji's Super Middleweight title.
This is a milestone achievement for both the boxing fans in Fiji to watch boxing at an international level, and likewise a great opportunity for our local-based promoter Ben Krishna to uplift this sport, especially during this pandemic which is happening around the world.
The promoters have also been reminded that they can only feature 7 fights and to ensure the event is completed well before curfew. Quick look at the weather map for today. It is finally Friday, basically the start of the weekend, the 18th of September. An intensifying high-pressure system to the southwest of Fiji continues to direct a fresh to strong southeast wind flow over the group. The high-pressure system is moving east and is expected to generate and direct heavy swells over the southwest waters of the Fiji group. And that is UFBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Nada go merere te lawa, go ngai tavua, ando talita kana vararonga na Radio Fiji 1 nando mai viti.
Radio Fiji 1 nando mai viti.